And when you use tools aligned to sound pedagogy with solid assessments so you actually know what kids are learning, this is what kids should be able to do. This was our end game. And we were confident because our students were allowed to choose the right tool at the right time to show us what they learned. No more of a one-size-fits-all approach. And when students graduated from New Milford High School, these are the skill sets that we wanted them to have. And we were confident that they could outcompete all the high-performing schools, not only in Bergen County, New Jersey, not only in the state of New Jersey, but the entire United States as well as the world. And we gave our kids the world. These are students using Google Hangouts, connecting with Greg Topo, who is the national education reporter for the largest paper in the United States. Our kids connected with journalists in Palestine, Israel. Our kids were given the world, and they took advantage of it. Best-selling authors, you name it, we took advantage of it. It's there, it's free. And teachers became more facilitators, not just with social media tool, but handheld mobile technology was a tool. And you can see how kids treat their tools. But we have to create an environment that is more reflective of the real world, because there's an automatic disconnect when kids come to school and they automatically check out and we get frustrated. But we can't fault them for being bored, because we need to create a school that reflects the real world. Because you want to know something? It's not about our learning. It's not about the adults. It's about the kids. And we need to start creating schools that work better for kids than ones that have historically worked well for the adults. And when you do, the sky's the limit. We got rid of all of our stupid rules. And I had so many rules. Kids could learn where they wanted, when they wanted in our building. And my building was old, 1928. We had no money. All the excuses that plagued my system, we overcame. Because you know what? We need to focus on solutions to problems instead of constantly coming up with excuses not to change. Secondly, there's nothing more important than student learning. But you want to know what comes a close second is your own learning. Your learning is important. Typical teachers, one-way flows of information. This is how it used to be, not very dynamic. Guess what? When you leverage social media tools, you become the center of your learning. You follow your passions, and it becomes a two-way flow of information using free tools like Twitter, Google+, Instagram, digital discussion forums, tablet apps, you name it, it is all there for free. Through informal conversations yesterday, I showed off a whole bunch of them. But like I said, you need to be in the space to take advantage of the space. What do you want from your learning? It's all different. That's why it's so hard to meet all your learning needs. You all learn differently. But look at the outside here. All of this is important to each one of you, maybe to a different degree. But this is what you should expect and demand from your professional learning. And you want to know? You can get it. You can now learn 24/7, wherever you want, whenever you want, with anyone you want in the world. There is no more excuses. You can learn in real time. You can connect with the best minds in the field of education, which is great. But you know where you get the most bang for your buck? Is connecting with the practitioners that are doing the same exact work in the same types of schools with the same types of kids that you're dealing with. That's power. And that's how we were able to take a basically traditional school, and we became a national leader in terms of what's truly possible in education, because we took control of our learning. And we were able to form our own personal learning networks where you get resources, new knowledge, ideas, strategies, track conferences, all in our pajamas if we so chose. And you want to know my secret, and the secret of many other people that use social media? We're not smarter than the rest. We're more resourceful. And basically, we use social media to connect ourselves with people that are smarter than us. And it's those smart people that feed us the ideas, the inspiration to move forward in turbulent times. Our stakeholders are communicating with social media. You're communicating with social media. And when you think about information, what do you want as a parent? What do you want as a human being? You want information. We are addicted to it. I know I want it. This is the information that your stakeholders want. Your parents, your community members, they want to know what's going on in your classrooms, in your schools. They want to know the great things kids are doing. They want to know the great things you're doing. You can connect now in real time and meet your stakeholders where they're at. Even in the poorest communities in the United States, students and parents are still connected. And it's about no longer being afraid of engaging people in two-way communications. You can't be afraid of feedback. Feedback gives us knowledge to improve our professional practice. And social media allows you to get that feedback whenever it comes. And you have the free tools, whether it be mainstream social media tools or using tools like in Google Docs, to give people that information and interact with what's important in your schools. And you want to know how long it takes? Oh, I don't have time. This on Twitter takes seconds to push out information, to get people excited about the work that's going on and stop being so secretive, to be transparent. And the same thing holds true with Facebook. You don't have to use just these tools. Use any tool that gets that information out. Let your stakeholders choose what mediums they want to consume information. And speaking about information, if you roll the dice when it comes to public relations, 9 out of 10 times, it's going to be a story that you don't want told. In today's day and age, harnessing social media is about becoming the storyteller in chief. It is about being empowered to tell the accurate story of all the excellent things that your kids are doing, that you're doing, that your schools are doing. Because you want to know something? No one's going to do it for you. You have all the tools at your fingertips that are free for you to tell your story. Now, my school was 2 square miles, very small community, outside New York City, largest media market in the world. The news stations from New York City visited my school 14 times in 4 years. 14 positive stories in front of potentially 8 million people about innovative work my students and teachers were doing. Why? Because we generate the information. We use the free tools that every single one of us has access to. We had YouTube channels, we used Vimeo, we live streamed events. But you want to know the best part? Pictures. Pictures speak 1,000 words. I loved Instagram as a principal because as I'm walking through my school doing observations, it took me seconds to snap a picture of a kid doing something great. Some of you might have heard about Hurricane Sandy, one of the worst natural disasters that hit the New York City area. It was awful. I live in Staten Island, New York. Some of the worst footage happened where I live. And what did our kids do in New Jersey? We sprung into action. We did community service. Our kids found an attacked American flag in the rubble. My teacher took a picture, sent it to me. I was 2,000 miles away in Nebraska on my friend's couch. Took me seconds to turn that picture over, put it on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter, and we had hundreds of interactions.